Good afternoon. I am Desmona and my group mates are Tan Kailun, Muhammad Putra HAIQAL, Muhammad ARIEF DANIAL, and Ahmad Kamal ZULFIKAR. We are from Group 6 and I will talk about introduction and my group mates will continue the other parts later. So for introduction, we are frequently interested in determining the relationship between a number of variables. To study potential relationships between pairs of data, scatter plots and scatter plot matrices can be utilized. Correlation measure the linear relationship between two variables, but it doesn't reveal more complicated correlations. Output variables are also known as dependent variables, outcomes, or Y variables, depending on context, whereas input variables are known as explanatory variables, effects, predictors, or X variables. Regression may be also used to predict the values of a response variable based on the values of the important predictor. Predictive modeling is the term used to describe this process. That's all from me. I will let my group mates continue the slides. Thank you.
Fill a table problem format. Each group is required to collect data directly by recording information from nutrition labels of a variety of snack foods. For this project, we have to explore the relationship between fat contents per serving and calories per serving. You can collect as much as you can, but the minimum data is 25. Analyze the data and interpret the result. The question is, create a scatter plot of this data between fat contents and calories and describe the relationship. Second, in the scatter plot you made, what are the explanatory variables and response variables? Explain with a short answer why you want to construct this problem by using simple linear regression. Third, fit a simple linear regression. Write the fit model using mathematical notation and interpret the slope and intercept, then sketch the line. The last one is find and interrupt the value of R. The facts is each group required to collect data from nutrition labels of snack food. The next is explore between fat contents and calories per serving. Number 3, collect data minimum 25 variety of snack foods. Number 4, create a scatter plot between fat contents and calories and describe the relationship. Number 5, explain variables and response variables. Number 6, fit a simple linear regression, and the last one is find and interrupt the value of R2. The idea, use simple linear regression to construct the problem. Use mathematical notation to write the fit model. Number 3, fitting a simple linear regression model by using the square method. And the last one, write the result and discussion about this question. Learning issue is which keyword must be highlighted in the question to solve the question. Number 2, which topic must learn to solve the question. Number 3, what formula that need to solve the question. Number 4, what kind of calculation technique is suitable to solve the question. Resource needed is notes given by Dr. Siti Samahani bin Suradi, internet and video from YouTube. Thanks.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Putra HAIQAL bin Muhammad LEZAHAR, number matric AA200134. Now I would like to present about the question 1 and 2. For the first question is, create a scatter plot of this data between a fat content and calories and describe the relationship. As we can see, I already include the data calorie per serving again fat content per serving on this slide, and the relationship between calorie and fat content is when the value of calorie per serving increase, that value of a content per serving also increase. There is a straight line pattern in the plot data. That's all for the answer to question 1. Okay, now I would like to continue for the second question. In the scatter plot you made, what are the explanatory variable and response variable? Explain with a short answer why you want to construct this problem using the simple linear regression. For the answer for this question is based on the scatter plot. There were two variables whose explanatory variable is the fat content per serving, while the response variable is the calorie per serving. We solve this problem by using a simple linear regression because we have one independent variable which is a fat content per servings x, and another one is dependent variable which is the calorie per serving y. Besides, we also want to find the strength of the relationship between these variables. There are two variables related to each other. Thank you.
Hi, I'm DANIAL. Now I would like to explain how to solve the question 3. It says with a simple linear regression, write the fitted model using mathematical notation and interpret the slope and intercept, sketch the line. First of all, we interpret it to know what solutions we need to find. From the problem, we understand that we need to interpret the slope and y-intercept, find the simple linear regression model, and sketch the regression line. In this question, we will find the regression line by using least squares method. So first step, organize the sample data in a table to calculate the sum of data for x, y, x squared, y squared, and xy. This is our table of sample data, and you can see there are 5 columns for each of these terms. From the table, we can easily calculate the sum of x subscript I is 155.2, sum of y subscript I is 3551.4, sum of x subscript I square is 1276.82, sum of y subscript I is 742,401.96, and the sum of xy subscript I is 28,158.8. Next, use the formulas to compute SXX, SYY, and SXY. After the calculations, SXX equals to 313.3384 by its formula sum of x squared minus sum of x squared over n. SYY is 237,904.2816 by its formula sum of y squared minus sum of y squared over n, whereas SXY is 6,111.7088 by its formula sum of xy minus sum of x times sum of y over n. Third step, find the estimated parameters slope b1 and y-intercept b0. We simply divide SXY with SXX to get the b1 19.51 and minus mean of y variable with b1 times x bar to get the b0 20.94. Lastly, establish the regression equation y equals b0 plus b1x with all the parameters. So we find the simple linear regression model is y equals 20.94 plus 19.51x and sketch the line. This is our example of sketch estimated regression line on the scatter plot. Fourth question, find and interpret the value of r squared. So what we need to do is to find the coefficient of determination by using the formula r squared equals 1 minus SSE over SYY. Firstly, we find the SSE, which is SYY minus b1 times SXY equals to 118,664.8429. With this number, we can determine the value of r squared. It is 0.5012. Since r squared is 0.5012, we can conclude that approximately 50.12% of the variation in the values of y is accounted for by a linear relationship with x.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ahmad Kamal ZULFIKAR bin KAMARUL ZAMAN. Matric numbers AA200225. Today I will present the discussion and the conclusion of our PBL project. First of all, as the result of our calculation by using the simple linear regression of statistics, we have created a scatter plot for 25 variety of snacks based on the research that we have carried out about the relationship between fat content per serving and calories per serving of 25 variety of snacks food, we have concluded that when the value of calories per serving increases, the value of content for fat per serving also will be increases. Based on the scatter plot of the data between fat content and calories per serving, you can see the graph that have been made because the point of the scatter plot to form the line that slices up from left to the right, we can conclude that the scatter plot is a positive relationship. And for the next question, the second question, the variable whose explanatory variable is a fat content per serving, while the rest variable is a per calorie per serving. Simple linear regression was used to solve the problem because we have one independent variable which is fat content per serving in the X line, and another one is a dependent variable which is the calorie per serving, which is 1. Last but not least, in the first question, to find the value of r to the power of 2, the formula of coefficients of determination will be used. Based on our progression of r to the power of 2, which is 0.5012, we have concluded that the relationship between variables is a strong positive linear relationship. Thank you for lending your time to hear our presentation. I think that's all from me. Thank you.